assignment 1, I am just giving you a reminder, was a preparation of a proposal to obtain a loan from a bank for a proposed project, right? And we gave the deadline as 6th of April, then extended till 13th. And most of you have given your proposals, and some have not given. Okay. So today we are going to have presentations. I will share the list. Okay. This is the list. Now, Chanika Abhiratna, Gayantika Ellavala, you can read it, right? I know Priyanjala is there. Priyanjala has submitted the proposal, right? Then Tharindri and Nuvani presented last Thursday, and Subhashini, Ayanta, Shalindri, Vasana, Isuri, all of you, they will present today. Hope others who have not given me the proposal also, if they are ready, they can make the presentation. Then Fernie, VK Enterprises, Anuradha, Imam, Dhammika, Kumari, and Indivali. So that's the schedule. This is because last time some of them didn't turn up. We have combined 2 groups and going to give the presentations. And did you get the assignment 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will just explain what it is. Can you see the assignment 2?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, we can see.
Before that, assignment. Yeah. Assignment 2 is, I have shared with you an information memorandum prepared by an investment bank to arrange a syndicate loan totaling to USD 20 million. And that loan requested by KD Private Limited, Maldives, for development of K Faru Island in Saviani Atoll, Maldives, as a 4-star resort project. Normally, Maldives used to have only 5-star. Now the trend is changing. They are going for 4-star because of the Asians coming. Early only Europeans were coming to Maldives in 90s and 2000s. So you may recommend or you may not recommend. So you analyze it and say why you are recommending or not recommending to your board or credit committee. And you have to justify your recommendation. And this project was to be implemented in 2016 and 17, and those dates are in the proposal. However, you may consider present environment of the COVID thing and make your recommendations. Right? And your proposal should be number of pages, 5 to 10 pages, deadline 9th May, right? 9th May 2021. I will share with you next week a memorandum prepared for a board approval, not for this facility, some other proposal by a bank, so that you can get some idea. Maybe next Tuesday. Okay. So hope you will do well in your assignment 2 as well. Then where is that assignment? Right. Now you can see a lot of pictures of Maldives beaches and the marine life, right? So this investment banks, when they prepare proposals, they have a lot of color in those proposals. Okay. So as we have said, executive summary and the recent developments in Maldivian tourism, details of the borrower, the directors and the shareholders, then the project, what they are planning for KD Faru Island Resort, and the facility requested. Okay. So I think you can read it on your own. And if you have any questions, you can call me anytime and ask. Right? So because since we are running short of presentations today, I will time, because last time only 2 of them were there, Tharindri and Dhoni. Gave them enough time, but today 5-minute presentation, 5-minute question time. Okay. Right. So who will start? Is Chanika there? I don't think. Gayantika, Upasari, Subhagini, I think is not there. They were Priyanjala. You can start. You know how to do it?
No, sir.
Okay. You go to the screen. Let me also go. Now, Tarindri, your colleagues are not here. Subhashini, Ayanta, and Shalindri. Don't know if Tarindri was here. I think I saw Isuri. Isuri, shall we start?
Hello, everyone can see my presentation, right?
Yes. Yes, you take it to the top. We can't see it. You are sharing your proposal here, right? Okay, not a presentation, right? Okay.
Oh, no, it's the Word document.
Right.
Okay, so hello, good evening, everyone. I am from the company Lagoon Escapes Private Limited, and I anticipate to obtain a bank facility or a term loan facility for rupees 105.75 million to be invested or to execute our new project. If I quickly take you through the company overview, although our registered name is Lagoon Escapes Private Limited, our commercial name is Lagoon Escapes, and we are based at Talahena in the city of Negombo. Our business is registered as a limited liability company and was incorporated on the 2nd of June 2016. The office premises and the registered address of the business is based at Colombo, and it is number 24 Gore Road, Colombo 4. So if I brief you on the shareholding details, presently the stake of the company is claimed by 2 director shareholders who are the husband and wife, and the key promoter is Mr. GJK Silva, and the second director shareholder is Mrs. ADH Pereira. Mr. GCG Silva has also been introduced to the business as a director, but he doesn't claim any ownership to the business yet. He's been directly supervised and groomed under the key promoters and will soon be entrusted with the overall management responsibilities of the family business. Company objective is to create an unforgettable holiday getaway experience through new concepts in the leisure sector of Sri Lanka. So coming to the company profile, Lagoon Escapes is located in the fishing village of Talahena in the city of Negombo, and we are anticipating to give our guests a remarkable holiday experience. The resort is located facing the Negombo Lagoon with easy access to the Indian Ocean as well, and since Talahena is a fishing village, I don't have to mention that as well. So we also have strategically located our resort, whereas we could quickly access the Bandaranaike International Airport through the expressway. And presently the resort is able to hold 25 guests with 25 rooms with modern facilities. Ensuring like it will be not exciting or it will be boring just if we just provide accommodation. So we are also resourced with the Ayurvedic spa swimming pool and indoor table tennis and badminton courts. And we also have a play area to give some relief to the parents and also to make the environment exciting place for the kids. So I have presented 2 pictures of the swimming pool area and one of our accommodation rooms. So if I quickly glance you through the proposed project, Lagoon Escapes is now looking at introducing the holiday cottage concept. I'm not saying we are the first in the market to introduce this concept, whereas few players such as Barnhouse Studio and few other players already have their cottages. But our one will be a new experience with a new ambience and like very much modern and more personalized. We will be placing 10 such cottages, which can accommodate up to 6 persons, and we could accommodate up to 8 persons if a minimum of the group is 3 persons are kids. So each holiday cottage will have a personalized swimming pool, and the guests could enjoy a floating breakfast experience, which is a trending concept at this point of time. So also another trending facility at this time, most of the hotels are offering is the evening picnic experience, and we could also make the relevant arrangements with the sensation view to the Negombo Lagoon upon request of our guests. And then the guests will have no restriction to pamper themselves at the Ayurvedic spa, also engage in sports activities in the indoor courts like board table tennis and badminton. Although the personal swimming pools will be available for the guests at their own cottage, provided if they wish, they can also use the general swimming pool, which has already been placed and will also be open for the residents at the existing resort. Because like if the same family or same group of people acquire 2 or 3 cottages, maybe if the group is huge, they can use the general swimming pool. The food will be delivered to the doorstep, or else like you can have a floating breakfast or a lunch experience, or maybe you can just order your food to the room and have it there, or might as well you can serve yourselves at the general buffet. So this is a very different concept from the typical hotel or resort type where you will be allocated a room and you'll have to restrict yourself. So basically our idea behind this concept is to create a home away from home for your vacation. So regardless the number of persons, obviously we can't create unlimited space. So we are compelled to restrict the number of persons to 6 or 8 based on the members who will be there in the group. The entire cottage will be reserved for yourself, so it will be more personalized, and we feel with the prevailing conditions it's more timely as well, whereas you will not be mixed and jumbled with several groups from several geographical areas. So it will be the just a few of the same family, or maybe the same workplace or same university or the same bunch of friends. Also, like you don't have to use the general pool with a large crowd, and you will be given your own private pool. So this will be the image will give an idea on how a cottage will look like, how spacious it could be. So this will be like the lobby area and the inside, the internal exterior of the room. And also this is like the planned floating breakfast experience. Also this is the view to the Negombo Lagoon. So prior to developing this concept or like commencing to execute this project, we also studied about the industry. So tourism and hospital industry is one of the most flourishing sectors in Sri Lanka, and there is enough potential and enough room to grow and expand at a rapid pace to generate lucrative profits. We know the last 2 years had been definitely a dull period for this sector, with the Easter terror attacks which took place in the country, and subsequently the COVID-19 outbreak, which has not resolved today. However, also this industry has a lot of players, whereas in various scales such as boutique hotels to the hotels to resorts to cottages to for many options. But still, like we also know, like sometimes when we want to book a place at a good place or a good area, like all the places are booked. So that's why we feel like there is still more potential and room for players to come and establish and invest in this sector and earn profits if you get your basics and techniques right. Also, we have sufficient space to give a relaxing and a sufficient view. So we need to take the best out of it. So also, Sri Lanka is a tourist hub, whereas we are being attracted by both local and international tourists because of the scenic beauties we have, such as the waterfalls, forests, rocks, mountains, and all that, and also the historical places such as rocks, like rock temples, carvings, and also we have some good traditions such as like
You are doing a lot of marketing, very good. Now, get to the means of financing and all these areas.
Right. So, if I come to the means of financing, the overall debt to equity position is a very favorable position from a bank's point of view, whereas shareholders have invested the major part. Like initially, they have invested close to like more than LKR 1 billion. This is like they had a series of diversified business which they did prior to investing in the leisure sector. So they have disposed, because now they want to relax and enjoy their retirement, of course. They dispose all those businesses and invested part of those profits and also their personal savings and invested in the existing resort with the anticipation to expand in the near future, which is the proposed project. So, however, we have borrowed rupees 188 million. So we are also sought by many banks, to be honest. So the proposed project will be totally financed through external financing, and even the banks are very much happy to book a large ticket with us. So the overall debt to equity position with the proposed project will be 22% to 78%, where the shareholders have invested 78% of the total project cost. So this is a summary of the project cost, and the total will come to 105.75 million, whereas building materials will be approximately 35 million and the labor cost will be approximately 40 million. And the rest of it will be the furniture and fittings and the plant and machinery. So overall cost of construction is 75 million, and approximately one cottage will cost rupees 7.5 million. So this will be the human resource position of the existing the proposed project, whereas currently we have a support staff strength of 4 persons, and we will expand up to 64 persons.
There's a small mistake there, I think. Existing and present, you have said, not proposed.
Sorry, it should be proposed. So this will be the staff strength which will be required, 64 persons. So we are very much happy that we have created a lot of employment opportunities for the localities, and we will create another 10 such opportunities. So this is the forecasted cash flow, or like the accommodation income. This is from the existing resort, and I have separately shown the income from the 10 cottages. To be on a safe side, on a very conservative basis, given the adverse conditions prevailing at this time, which we anticipate will be resolved in at least another 1 year's time, we have only projected that 7 cottages out of 10 will be occupied at any given point of time. However, we will be building 10 of them, and we are trying our best to keep all 10 occupied at all times. But in our projections, to be on the safe side, we have only projected an occupancy of 70%. So this is the summary of the operating expenses, whereas cost, electricity and all that, and these will be our admin expenses. And this picnic and sing-along costs, which will be added with the new project. And these are selling and distribution expenses. And for marketing, like we are concentrating more, because this industry, we believe we need a sound marketing plan and sound marketing, like we will have to invest with our local tour agents and all that. So yes, and these are the assumptions which I have based for my projection, and like you should have to peruse this along with the workings I have given. So the project feasibility, the net present value, the summary is this. Also the payback period. We are anticipating to achieve it in the year 3. So this is the summary. Whereas the initial investment will be rupees 105.75 million. The net present value is rupees 122.7. The payback period is 3 years, and the IRR stand at 24%. So I have done a small projected cash flow also to see how we could meet the debt position as well, like due to space constraints. And since the long number of years, I have only done for the calculation for 8 years, although we have requested the loan facility for 10 years. So with the ratios, I'm sure you could already realize that we could comfortably meet the repayment during the final 2 years of the requested tenor. So this is the project implementation schedule, which I have given in months. So the construction of cottages we are planning to do during the first 5 months, and the construction of pools will commence from the 4th month, and we are trying our best to complete the same within 3 months' time. And finishing, of course, will take the last couple of months. Construction of cottages, this will be how the monies or the funding will be allocated, and this is like a snapshot of the same. So the financials and the BOQs and other documents will be submitted to the bank separately, more comprehensively. So this is actually a snapshot of our proposed project, and we are open for discussions and would be very much pleased to divulge the information which is required by the bank to evaluate our project and subsequently, hopefully, to obtain the bank facility.
Okay, thank you, Isuri. You have a very good proposal and you are very well prepared to give the presentation. And you know how long you took? 15 minutes actually. Right. Anyone has any questions, comments? Which bank did you go, Isuri, now for this loan?
Hopefully my bank, Union Bank.
Right, okay. Now, why do you need 10 years? Now, your project, you said 3 years or something, the payback period.
Yes.
And this 100 million loan, why do you need 10-year repayment?
Because we have more expansions planned in the future. Like we need to also, we are looking at renovating the existing resort, and also we have few more exciting concepts which we require to introduce. So we need space to borrow more.
The promoters have the same surname as yours.
Yes, because it was easy to. These are all hypothetical information.
Is this actual project or this is a hypothetical project?
This is a hypothetical project.
Ah, very good. You developed the project.
The payback period was also very low.
Right. Okay. Now I ask everyone who prefers personalized swimming pools. Now, when you go to a hotel, you have 1 or 2 general swimming pools for sharing. Who prefers? Now, we finance at Ceylon Bank a small hotel in Negombo, and they have swimming pools. Normally, it is the Middle Eastern countries, the Muslim people. They don't want to be exposed to others, so they like. And your swimming pools are very small, 3 people at a time in a swimming pool.
Yes, otherwise, we need.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, that is. When are you going to? But then you say the project is already there and you are expanding. That's also your assumptions, is it?
No. We already have existing resort, more like a typical resort with 25 rooms. This new cottage experience will be the proposed project, and we'll be planning to construct 10 cottages.
So it is actually going to construct, or you are just imagining?
No, just I thought for the project.
Okay, very good. Will the bank give a loan in this circumstances for the tourism sector?
Hopefully. No, I know the industry is having a very dull period, but even like as I told while the presentation also, with this concept, I think it's very timely also, whereas like with the personalized pools and all, you can restrict the crowd to say that particular group. So even in the worst scenario, it will be easy to trace the contacts or maybe isolate them then there itself. Or like, so
I think you will be able to get a loan because the debt equity ratio, and even if the hotel, the resort runs at 30% occupancy, they may be able to pay you may be able to pay the loan. Yeah. Then this costing is reasonable. What you have done, construction cost, you have just put in, you have taken per square foot or BOQs and done it.
No, I didn't go to that extent, but like reasonably with the loans I have done, not project financing, got a basic idea and sketched it.
Okay, thanks. Very, very well done, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next, Priyanjala. Priyanjala.
So I have emailed it to you.
Yeah, opened it.
All right.
It's a Word document, no?
Yes.
It's from Suranga Nupaheva?
Yes. Yes.
It's a PDF document. Okay. Okay, can you see?
Yes.
Crispy land. I thought when I went through the proposal, this is some land development. No, wait until Priyanjala presented, it's not land development. Okay. Okay, you can start, Priyanjala.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone.
We can't see you. I am presenting. No, that's why we can't see you. Okay. Right.
Okay, no, sir?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Here, I'm going to start up a project which is engaged in snack manufacturing under the name of Crispyland Private Limited. And before this, I have engaged in importation and distribution of this type of snacks. To get the maximum profit out of it, I thought of manufacturing this product. This will be a limited liability company with 100% ownership of mine. And since during the past, I have been banking with commercial bank, and I have maintained lucrative turnovers with them. I think the bank will able to finance me on this. And overall aim of the project is to provide healthy, convenient and enjoyable snack at a price point that is accessible to most. Also, I'm planning to use natively Sri Lankan raw materials such as nuts, and all the other raw material will be from Sri Lankan people. And the location of the project, the factory would be located in Kelaniya. The land and building, there's a factory building owned by me, and I'm going to start.
Tell me when to go down there.
All right, okay, you can go down, sir. Okay. Yeah. You can stop here.
Right. Some more?
And the product range will be, there are 4 products: mixed nuts and cocktail mix, and potato chips, dehydrated fruit. This includes mango, banana, papaya chips, and pineapple and tomato chips mainly. And I thought of making pre-cleaned and cut vegetables. Since most of the people, they do not have time, most of the ladies are working, so they are preferring for the pre-cleaned and cut vegetables. So I thought of doing that also. So here the main objectives will be, my main aims will be to upgrade the factory. I have a factory, so I have to upgrade that factory by my time frame is by end of May 2021. I'm going to finalize the upgrading of the factory. And most of the suppliers, most of the suppliers means I thought of purchasing the raw material from the established wholesalers in Sri Lanka. And the main buyers of my products will be the main supermarkets such as Kiehl's, Apico, Cargill's and Loves. And I have given them samples of my products, and I have come to an agreement to sign the agreements with them. So I thought of finalizing the product enter into agreements by end of May, and start the production by mid-June and start the distribution by end June this year.
So we can have some snacks in June, is it? July?
Sorry?
Okay. You can share with us some snacks in July. Okay, go ahead.
And the financial management, 100% of the sales will be on credit basis, which will be realized within 60 days, because most of the supermarkets prefer 60 days credit. And the raw material, the suppliers will allow me 3 to 7 days. And if they want, I can place a security deposit with them once if they want. But I think most of the suppliers will hand over the raw materials without that deposit as well. And for the first 3 months, I'm using the 20% capacity for the manufacturing process. And the management. Overall management will be done by me. Under me, there will be 2 managers to look after the factory and marketing aspects. Under the factory manager, there will be production hands and packing and cleaning staff. Under the marketing manager, there are marketing executives. And this is a comparatively smaller project, and I think there will be 12 direct employment opportunities will be created with this project. And as the marketing, I'm planning to introduce this product to hotels to their complimentary offering. And bar snack menu to attract people. Also, here I have done a market analysis with the competitive products in the market. For this mixed nuts and cocktail mix, I'm going to introduce the product at the price point of 400 rupees per 100 gram pack. When comparing this to the market competitors, our product will be 35% below the price than the market price. And the potato chips. Potato chips, there are international brands as well as local brands in the market. International brands, Lay's, Pringles, such products are there. And as a local brand, Run Crispy is there. It's when when describing the Suncrisp brand, it is nearly 70% less than our product price. But the product base is cassava. So I think since we are going to introduce these chips made out of potato, I think there will be a big demand for that, unless the price is high. And the dehydrated fruits, there are no major domestic players. Imported products are there, but 50% higher than our price. And the pre-cleaned cut vegetables, there are no domestic players. So I think there will be a, since considering the hygienic and the hygienic side, I think there will be a big demand for that also. And main requirements for the project. Main requirements for the project is the machinery requirement. Machinery will be imported through CMC Engineering, Rajagiriya. It is a local agent for a German-oriented company. And the rupee value of the total machinery will be 19.1 million. And there are machinery such as washers, slicers, all the things to be done using machinery. Therefore, we want to obtain the ISO standard as well. So I think since all the things are doing using the machinery, I think we can obtain that also.
Angela,
And all these.
Why are you importing all the machinery? Can't find any machinery in Sri Lanka.
No, not all the machinery, sir. 19 million is not the total value. Total value is 22 million. Balance portion we are purchasing it from Sri Lanka.
Okay.
And here the installation and repairs, all the things are done by the local agents. So there will be no any problems with the machinery repairs and all. And here summary of the capital requirement. This ITI is the Industrial Technology Institute. They are the people who are helping such manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. They are using their machinery and they are doing the trial manufacturing according to our instructions and according to our flavors. They are doing the manufacturing first, and they are making the packets, and they to introduce it to market, initially they are helping us. So we have to make a payment to them. ITI consultancy fee, this is around 1.6 million. And for the equipment, it's 22 million. I have to upgrade the building. I have to make the IT systems and all. So I have total startup expenses will be 42,950,000. Out of which I'm expecting 23 million from the bank, where the debt equity ratio will be 53 to 47. And here in this also this.
Where is the debt equity ratio in your proposal?
No, I have not mentioned in that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Then the sales breakdown. I have divided the days. The days of the month. I'm not doing all the things every day, but I have divided for the mixed nuts and cocktail mix. I'm getting 4 days per month. And fried this chips and cassava chips, I'm taking 6 days. Likewise, I have divided the number of days. And nut-based products, I am expecting to manufacture 2,000 packets per month, and production days will be 4. The total income from that nut-based products will be 1,080,000. Likewise, fried snacks, I am expecting to manufacture 2,000 packets per month with a production days of 6 days. And after that, I am getting an income of 742,500. Likewise, I have prepared a projected cash flow for the easy reference of the bank. And I'm expecting this 23 million loan facility with a grace period of 6 months. But according to my analysis, on the third month, with the 4 million sales target, I can achieve the this break-even target. But I'm expecting a 6 months grace period in order to see the cash flow.
So you have not mentioned in the project proposal, but you are going to tell the bank that you need 23 million and what's the period you are asking?
5 years.
5 years.
By way of a term, some half of it or 5 million with overdraft facility and the other balance with term loan facilities.
Okay. You think you can get the loan?
Yes, I think.
Okay. Any questions? No. Thank you, Priyanjana. This is, I think, you have assumed this project, no? Or this is
Yes.
you have developed on your own. Okay, that is what is required. Yeah. Very good. So when you retire, you can start this project.
Yes, I like this project.
Right. So anyone has any questions? All right. Now only I can see Priyanjana. Yeah. Now this, I have a few questions.
Yes.
Now, this packaging, you say high quality packaging.
Yes.
What is the disadvantage of this packaging? High quality. Sometimes the cost of the product inside there is less than the quality, the cost of the packaging.
But sir, most of the people are looking at the packaging.
Yeah, that's what they are doing.
Attractive.
But what I'm saying is we are actually wasting resources because of the marketing thing. And inside is less costly, but outside, like even canning of tin cans are very expensive.
In this kind of business, we are I know that the people are making a drum for the packaging material. They should not that whenever they want the packaging material, they can use that drum. Then the cost will be lower.
Drum. Right.
Yeah, they are making the drum means that design is there, and just
printing.
Printing for printing for the drum the cost is high.
So are you going to print your packaging? Are you prepare packaging material also in your factory, or you are buying it outside?
No, we are buying it, but the drum is with us, so we can get the printer to print it in a lesser cost using those things.
So you have selected all the products which is good for these people who drink bites or bites.
No.
Right. There's a small spelling mistake. Company ownership, legal entity standardization. It's little. There's a small mistake. Okay. Company ownership, the last word. And Industrial Technology Institute. That's good. They develop a lot of products. Industrial Technology Institute.
They are using their machinery. Yeah. They are using their machinery to implement the product, so we can get an idea before implementing our project.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know what they do, and good that you have identified them to give you the technology.
Yes.
Now this product is very general product. How are you going to get? There are so many brands. How are you going to get the attention of the customers for your product?
Initially, I'm as a marketing strategy, I'm hoping to make marketing people at the supermarkets and giving the product to the people to taste.
Yeah.
And after that only, I'm expecting to
Right. I think working capital requirement, I saw you have stated twice, no? Like that inventories and working capital you have put in your project first. So it may be inventories means part of the working capital. Okay.
Opening inventory means for the marketing activities, the initial cost of manufacturing the products to get the agreement signed with the suppliers, we have to make the product. So that cost is I have mentioned as opening inventory.
Okay, okay, right. I think very good. Thank you for your presentation. Hope you start this project. Wow.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right. Now we'll look at others. Yeah. Anyone ready for presentation? Isuri done, Priyanjala, okay. I think Gamini doesn't have.
I'm ready, sir.
Oh,
Rubini.
Rohini. Rohini, then we'll take a break and
Okay.
we'll start we'll start early, 8:10. We'll try to start at 8:10. Then with you. Okay. Okay. Shall we start? Who is doing it? Rohini, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Start, Rohini. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
I can't find your name in the list. It's called Vasana. Here it comes. You have.
Yeah.
Okay. The Union Bank will be finishing off. Very good. Okay, start.
Can you see the presentation, sir?
Yeah, yeah, can see.
Okay.
We have not put full screen, therefore we can see, but still we can see. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, I'm Rubini, the Managing Director of WR Consortium Private Limited, incorporated in 2018. Is my camera on, sir?
No. Switch that on, yeah. Yeah, now on. Okay.
Hi, good evening. I'm Rovini, the Managing Director of WR Consortium Private Limited, incorporated in 2018. This is a two-director family concerned entity with each director holding 50% shares each. And I myself, as the Managing Director, has a background in finance. And the other director, my spouse, has experience in 10 years in tourism industry. We formed this company with the objective of promoting sustainable tourism. And the first project under the holding company was Secluded Hills, a single chalet, a resort with a single chalet located in Ingiriya. And having successfully operated this for the past 3 years, we are now looking into expanding it by adding 2 more chalets to the property. And the estimated cost of the investment is around 25 million. And we are expecting bank financing for that amount repayable in 7 years with a grace period of 12 months. Talking about the concept of the resort, this is to create a secluded environment for both the local and foreign guests, providing all the luxuries with a natural feel and without compromising on the environment or its natural feel. and with minimal disturbances to the nature. And having this in mind, only we came up with our first chalet, which was built in a estate of rubber plantations. The land was a family inherited land, and we invested 15 million of our personal funds on the first project. And at present, the chalet generates a revenue of 500,000 a month with an occupancy level of around 70%. 75%, yes. This can accommodate up to 2 guests, has a private pool, a restaurant, and separate staff quarters. And this is located in Ingiriya. This is about 1.5 hours drive from Katunayaka Airport. And also the location provides easy access to tourist attractions in Galle, Mirissa, Hikkaduwa through the expressway. And the proposed expansion is to add 2 new chalets with based on the original theme and concept, provide with two private pools, and upgrade to staff quarters and a common and also with a common restaurant. Past trends indicates a 45% occupancy level at the outset, and we expect it to grow up to 70% as the economy revives post the pandemic outbreak. Apart from the direct benefits, we believe that such development in this Ingiri area will indirectly benefits the villagers in the vicinity in terms of employment opportunities as well as cultural integration. And of course, within this concept, we intend to source the natural produce and livestock from the area, giving priority to organic producers. And this will also provide opportunities for the farmers in the areas to develop their businesses accordingly. Talking about the marketing plan, initially we operated with minimal advertising and with minimum marketing and awareness efforts, yet we experienced occupancy levels in the past as high as 85%. And with the expansion, we have devised this marketing plan, including with destination management companies, foreign tour operators, as well as social media platforms to promote the property. And destination management companies, we will be initially working with these companies, and as the business grows over the years, we intend to have tie-ups with almost all the companies registered in Sri Lanka. And tour operators, as per the stats from SLTDA, largest majority of the tourist arrivals are coming from Asia Pacific and European regions. Therefore, we have identified these FTOs based on these regions to work with initially, and our marketing team will exert the necessary influence to generate businesses through these FTOs. And of course, social media, we will continue to promote the property through social media, and we have our own website developed with advanced search features and also providing user-friendly booking options. And of course, one cannot deny the importance of online travel agents such as Agoda, Expedia bookings, and we will work with them as well in promoting the property. The capital expenditure and budget and the investment cost is as follows. The projected investment cost is around 25 million, and we are expecting 100% debt financing for that. As I said earlier, the initial project was entirely equity funded, and this is located in an inherited land. So Considering the fact that there is an ongoing business which generate a cash flow, and we have made our contribution at the outset, we expect the balance to be debt funded, that to be considered by the bank. This is the design. This is basically a shipping containers which have been developed to provide all the luxuries and the comfort and the seclusion, which is our key marketing point. We will develop the shipping containers to provide us that experience to the guests. This is the cash flow projection done for the existing chalet as well as the proposed 2 chalets. Currently, we are giving out the property on 30,000 a night on full board basis, and I have based the projection on that basis, and also projected the occupancy level on a very conservative basis for the 2 new chalets, considering the past experience and everything. Yet still we can arrive at a positive NPV of 17.7 million with a payback period of 5 years and an IRR of 21%. I hope the bank will consider our request positively.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rohini. So I think the company is named under your name, no?
Yeah. Yes.
Vasana Rohini Consortium Private Limited. Is this actual thing, or you have?
No, I have based it on an existing hotel, but the project is
your imagination is based on.
Yes.
You have been to that existing hotel and you thought.
Yes, I have been.
Right. Is this on a hill in Hingiri side?
This is actually the original one is in Mathugama. Yeah, close. It is on a hill. Yes, it has a nice view.
Yeah. Okay. Others, do you have any questions, comments? My question is, with one room, can you make profits, economy of scale? Because you need to have cooks and the manager, all these things. What do you think?
That is why I have we have quoted the fairly higher rate with the projected because we do not need a large crew to operate. We are currently operating with about 3 staff. Therefore, the overheads are at a minimum level. Yes.
So they can do the multitasking, right?
Yes, because there are less demanding clients. There will be only 2 at a given time.
And then you say wooden cabins, and then you say
it's inspired by wooden cabins, but ours will be built based on containers.
Inspired by wooden cabins, yeah. Okay, but containers. My question was if it is in the hill where the containers can be transported to the. I have been to Hingiri, some Asapuas, so to listen Bana. Those roads are so bad, like Getanara. Right. Employment opportunities you are providing in the village, not many, no? Because you say you are employing so many people. Yeah. And your marketing plan is good. Oh. Now, when you calculate this payback period, you can do that cumulative cash flow. You have put net cash flow, then you do the cumulative cash flow and see after how many years that you are recovering the initial investment. This is what
I did a cumulative.
You have put net cash flow, but I can't see.
I haven't. I haven't mentioned it there, but I got the payback period by cumulative. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't pasted that type.
Yeah. Sure. And you have done the discounted cash flow, so you could have given this discount.
discounted payback period.
Yeah, right. But the problem not only with you, what I see is everyone takes the loan also into the operation. Now, in my, what I was taught is you have to look at the asset, return on asset, the cash flow without the loan, and then look at the payback period. But I think the banks all are taking the loan also into account. Loan can be taken to debt service coverage, all these things, but first the project should be viable. The project viability without the financing side, and you look at only the investment, and then NPV, IRR, payback period can be done. That would have been better, but everyone has been doing the way you are doing. Okay. Now, did you get payback period 5 years? Then this is cash flow 3, 4, 10. Okay, yeah, I think
It comes to that.
somewhere around that, yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay. I think very good. So the bag is small. The වැඩකාරයෝ තමයි ඉන්නේ නේ. තුන්දෙනාම ඉවර කරානේ. Right. You can stop sharing. Right. Who else is ready? I am giving opportunity for people who are ready.
So I am ready.
Anuradha, you are ready. Okay. Start. Anuradha, name in the registration is Anuradha here.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah. So start sharing and.
So can you see my slide?
Yeah, I can see. Right.
Yeah, I am Anuradha Hera presenting XYZ Authority to present proposal to obtain bank loan from a proposed high-rise office complex ABC Administrative Complex Stage 3. This is the outline, the project concept and the background, market, project capacity, location, site, machinery, project feasibility analysis. The project concept and background. The ABC Stage 1 and Stage 2 are located in the administrative region of the administrative capital of Sikawarthanapura Kotte Bathuramulla, and XYZ Authority has initiated the to implement the ABC Stage 3 project due to the increase in demand for office spaces to provide office space solution in cost-effective manner for the prospective tenants, government and semi-government, with the attractive working environment and the needed amenities. The project complex comprised with the area of around 143,000 square meters in 25 floors with 700 number of car parks and other basic amenities. The building was built according to the green building concept, including the relevant architectural and engineering and safety standard. Those will be handled by the CECB, Central Engineering Consultancy Bureau. The cost of the project proposed building was 16.6 billion and construction period would be around 3.5 years. The filing cost around 1 billion and would be totally financed by the XYZ Authority. And XYZ Authority and anticipated to borrow 8 billion from the construction of the superstructure. This is the project cost table. The So all the other expenses will borrow by borne by the XYZ authority except the superstructure bank. So XYZ authority seek assistance to 8 billion from bank. The land and preliminary expenses, substructure, building services, and road maintenance and parking areas. Those expenses will done by the XYZ authority. The debt equity ratio of this project will be 48 to 52%, excluding the land value. With the land value, it would be 45% to 55%. So the land was owned by the XYZ authority, which will be detailed mentioned in the latter part of the presentation. The market, the demand and survey analysis done at the pre-feasibility stage to identify the prospective tenants. The 34 tenants were identified, and those were mentioned in the paper, and the market rate identified according to the government regulation and benchmark analysis. According to the current market rate, stage 2, the square feet was priced at rupees 147 in current year 2021, and this rate will be revised every 2 years. All the calculation we have with that assumption. So cost structure, it is, I have mentioned earlier, it is 16 capacity. The cost structure, where I have mentioned earlier that this project will be cost on 16.6 billion, and the project will expect tax exemption. This is the
Anwar, we can't see you. No, you are not switched on the camera. You are in the project.
Yeah, I am in the tax exemptions part. No? So this is the government project, and we are in the consultation with the Treasury to put this project into special category project. So in the tax exemptions, the proposed 8 billion syndicate loan for the superstructure under 16 years loan period. So 8.6 billion will be financed by the XYZ authority. For the other expenses, we are seeking the loan for the superstructure. The project overhead cost will be 20 million, such as site clearance and land preparation and all those things. And the other charges will be utility charges, maintenance cost would be 12 billion. So existing situation of the project, this is the ongoing project, which was started in 2019. The XYZ extended their borrowing powers from the Minister of Finance up to 18.6 billion, including the proposed 8 billion loan. The pioneering stage was started in 2019, and it was nearly completed now, and superstructure is awarded. Contract was awarded. To proceed to this loan under 4 years grace period, because the project construction period we have as same as the so we requested 4 years grace period for 16 years repayment. The total loan repayment will be 16 years, and for the grace period, the facility service by the authority funds, and which will be generated through the APC housing project. So which I have attached in the annexes 2. Then project capacity, the total floor area of the project was 143,000 square meters. The rentable area around 71,000, and total service area, which was the common area, 32,000 square meters. The parking areas 22,000 square meters. I am especially talking about parking areas. The floor area was lower ground floor, upper ground floor, first floor, second floor, and third and fourth floors are allocated to parking areas. So they are total parking slot 527 parking slot in the inside the building, and outside parking will be 183, and total parking slot will be 700. So this project was located in Battaramulla, and this is the surrounding. This is adjoined to the stage 1 and stage 3. So land ownership of the building is the authority, and this building will be placed in the Polduva bypass road. The extent of the land was 3 acres, 1 road and 5 perches, which will be around 846 perches. We have cost it on 1.1 billion, 1 million per perch. Therefore, we have come to that land value of 1 billion, around 1 billion.
Okay.
So machinery, the piling stage of this project was awarded to Sand Piling, and superstructure awarded to Maga Engineering PLC, and the contractors are using their own equipments and machineries as per the agreed procedures and contract agreement with technical evaluation committee discussion. So all the machineries used by the contractors use their own machineries. Project feasibility. The EBC project feasibility is carried out for the 16 years period. The proposed 8 billion syndicate loan by considering the loan repayment period, including 4 years grace period as per the Annexure 1 of our report. And XYZ authority is funding the construction is amounting 8.6 billion for the construction. The rupees 7.17 rupees 1.7 billion is utilizing for the loan repayment for the grace period for the interest cost, which will be borne by the XYZ authority funds. These funds were extracted from the another revenue generator project of the authority housing project as per the Annexure 2. The rent income and service charges income will be served the loan for during the 16 years period. The prospective rent income amounting rupees 19 billion, and the total loan payment will be 8 billion capital payment and 9.5 billion for interest. The total 16 years period. The positive net present value we have came across with the 16 years of for rupees 3 billion, 3.1 billion, and authority should go ahead with this ABC project because it has the positive, and it was the government prioritized project. So this is the government prioritized project for the current government and the previous government. The government initiative is to shift the public cooperation ministries government departments to administer city of Battaramulla, providing them the rent space under the cost-effective manner to public institution. Therefore, as this government prioritized project, we request from the bank to grant 8 billion loan with the construction rate of AWPLR plus 1.5% with the upper ceiling of 12% for the 16 years of fixed rate of 8%. So we are mentioning that the upper ceiling of 12% because as an authority we have to aware of interest cost, and so thereby for the 16 years period we can only we can offer the variable rate of maximum 12%. That's why we are asking them to grant loan for the AWPLR plus 1.5% with the upper ceiling of 12% or 80 to fixed rate of interest of 8%. With that, I conclude my presentation. Hope you can consider this proposal favorably.
Okay, thank you, Anwar. I think I know this project, I think, and you think one bank can consider this? I think you should
syndicate loans, I think.
Yeah, syndicate this through some maybe through a big bank or from a finance the investment bank, right? Okay. And I have any questions from our other students? this is one of the biggest projects I think we have presented in this assignment. And this is UDA, if I am correct, UDA.
Yes.
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 And when I was at Ceylon Bank, this project came to Ceylon Bank. I wanted to finance, but the board didn't go. And I think this has been now there for maybe 3-4 years, looking for financing. Maybe some private banks are a little worried, this government, and whether they will pay. But I think UDA has paid in the past projects which were financed by, I think that was indicated by NDB Investment Bank, if I remember correctly. And right now, I think the government has a policy now. All the government institutions go to government-owned buildings, right?
Yeah.
So that's one reason. But still, I am told the government-owned business institutions are renting out from private sector as well. And CECB, what is CECB doing in this project?
So they were the planning and a BOQ preparation and all those things.
Yeah, I started my engineering career in CECB in 1983. Worked for 9 years in CECB. I think they are consultants, and later they started contract also. But this rent 127 per square feet is very low. Now today we were discussing Ceylon Towers. We are giving at 190 to Ceylon Bank from Ceylon Developments, and next year we were thinking of 205 or something.
So the rate was approved by the cabinet papers. So this rate revised every 2 years times, and it was the government approved by the government cabinet paper.
I think the main problem here is the period, 16 years. 16 years, very few banks will give loans for 16 years. Right?
But sir, this is a large loan, so they request the.
Yeah, but then, HNB Towers, we did the loan repayment period was 10 years. HNB Towers. Now here, all the loans they take 16 years because maybe the construction costs have gone up and the per square foot rate is too low.
Yeah.
The rental is too low for the government institutions. And then when you are saying interest rate AWPLR plus 1.5% and have a higher ceiling, you should have a lower one also. Normally, you have both. But normally banks give only the lower one.
So now I am a customer now, sir. I am.
Yeah.
Bank will consider prorate.
Yeah, we will agree to 12%. Correct. You are asking for the higher, and the fixed rate 8% for 15 years, 16 years. I don't know. The banks will agree. The rates can go up anytime. So good, Anuradha. So are you handling this project in your bank? Or?
No, sir. No, this is the project.
You found it, right?
I found it.
Yeah. What is the IRR? You said some billion, no? 3 billion or something, no?
Yeah, the NPV was 3.1 billion, sir.
Yeah, NPV is 3.1 billion. IRR?
IRR not calculated, sir.
Okay. NPV, how did you discount? What is the rate? Discount rate?
Rates are 12%. So I am looking for the 12% upper ceiling. So I am discounting 12%.
Discounted that rate. Right. I think good. Thank you, Anuradha. I think you are the first gentleman to present in the group of all the ladies. So will anyone else ready?
I will do, sir.
Okay. Ruwan Kumar, your name appears as Ruwan Kumar, but you are, what is your name here in the registration?
It's, I think, HPR Premachandra or Ruwan Kumar.
Kumari Premachandra. Okay.
Kumari Premachandra.
Yes, you can start, Kumari. Very difficult. You use HPR Premachandra one place. then Kumari Premachandra, then Ruwan Kumari. Okay. Right. Start,
Yeah.
Kumari.
This is a project which we are planning to go for export market, and the company is Sigma Private Limited, and we have started our business in 2009, and by 2017 we have reached market share up to 35%, and we have our own brand called Mini, and with the reputation that we have received from locally, we are planning to go for international market also. Then because of that, we registered a new company called Sigma Exports Private Limited in 2019. Our main factory is located at Kandy. So so far we have received orders from India, Bangladesh, and also in future we are going we are planning to go for UAE and Europe market too. So we have product range like feed additives, veterinary pharmaceuticals, and feed supplement tablets. So then our marketing strategy is develop high quality product range at competitive prices, then generating leads, and also we are planning to participate for the international exhibitions and trade fairs.
All your products for export only, is it, this project?
Yeah, from this company, we are only going for the export purpose.
Sigma Exports only, right?
Yes, and our sales promotional strategy is like to have close relationship with the suppliers, and also to get a close relationship with the customers and professionals in the veterinary field, especially. And also we are planning to develop a new website and promote our products to that area. And initially, we are planning to recruit 18 staff for the company, but our total capacity is 65. So when we go for the financing plan, project cost is totally around 440 million. So we planning to get a loan for 200 million from a bank, and then other part from the equity finance. So totally it's like debt equity ratio is around 45.5 to 55.4.
What do you mean by existing equity of 45 million in your proposal?
That is, we have building construction also there. And for the machinery also, we are planning to.
The land, no?
Yeah.
You're paying the land. Okay.
Yes, land, and for the other things. And I think it's good because the equity ratio is 45.5 to 54.5. And in the assumptions, like I have taken here, that we are not going to increase our sales price, but year on year, 10% sales growth will be there. And this is a 5-year project. So, and net ISCR and DSCR will be improved after second year. And NPV is around 6.6 million, and the payback period is within 5 years. So the legal requirements, for this plant, legal requirements, we are going for clearance and approval from Department of Animal Production and Health Register, and also from the Department of Veterinary Drug Control and BOI approvals, and also Central Environment Authority, and also from local authority approvals. And we are planning to get GMP and ISO certificates for our products.
Okay.
And environmental impact, this is not harm to the environment. And we are planning to dispose our waste to a geocycle plant. And this is as I said, this is located in Kandy, and we have obtained this land over like 99-year lease basis.
That's on Peradeniya Road. I saw in the address is Peradeniya Road, no?
Yes, Peradeniya Road, Kandy.
The Pallekele, there is industrial estate. I know some pharmaceutical companies are incorporated. Better to go for this type of project to an industrial estate. Okay.
Okay. So we planning to obtain 200 million loan. So I think bank will look into this proposal favorably.
Okay. Finished?
Yes.
Right. Any questions from the others? Others don't ask questions, no? Right. I have few questions. What is this premix plant you are mentioning there? Premix?
Premix plant is we are importing ingredients from like Italy, Spain, France, and like Bulgaria, those countries. And here we are mixing it, and then only we will get the premix.
Okay. Did you mention the market? What is the market for this product? Now you are exporting everything. Exporting is not that easy. No? Why don't you start locally first and then go for export?
Locally, we have a separate companies doing local angles, because Sigma Private Limited is there for local, and this is for export based only.
And same products, Sigma Private
Same
Limited?
products, yes, same products.
Okay. With the experience, locally you are going for export.
Yes.
What are the countries you think will import your product?
We are planning to export basically for India and Bangladesh. Then we have also received orders from UAE, and in future we are planning to go for Europe market also.
Okay. Now in the project cost analysis, that's good. We have taken for the existing land 45 million, right? Remember, we learned the sunk cost, and then we said when the land is available, then we will use the market price. No? You would have done that way, is it?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Then in your organization chart, managing director is above the board of directors. Normally,
okay, sir.
yeah, normally the board of directors comes on top, then the managing director and general manager. Right?
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. Right. And then you have taken the board of director to the side. Actually, they don't have any authority over the company, like they are.
No,
like,
it should be. Yeah, it should be.
They are like the consultants, like. Okay.
Yes, because they are from a veterinary field, so they have that experience too.
Okay. And the project period is assumed 5 years. Why 5 years? It takes long time to construct the plant.
For the plant, we need at least for 2 years to generate profits here.
Yeah.
So with the building construction also same time it's going there. So we thought it's for 5 years.
But we are saying building construction will take 5 years.
No.
Then?
It will finish within like first 2 years. Within that 2 years, we can finish it off. But to generate profit, so it will take after 3rd year only.
Yeah. I think you remember the project definition is that after we complete the project, we can start the operation. So
yes,
so project period may be 2 years. After that, you are starting operations. Maybe that's what the 5 years I can. So you have to think of it as 2 years project. Then you start the operations.
Okay.
Right. Is this an actual project or you have?
No, this is the actual project which we have received, and yeah, it's a like success business.
The Sigma is a existing business, is it?
Yeah, but that is not the name of that company.
Okay. You have changed the name, right?
Change the name and change some details in between in the project also. But this is a real like ongoing company.
And are they into export? So they are. That is
Yes, yes, they are into. They are looking into export also, sir. Locally, they have that 35% market share is there.
Right. Sigma, close to my house, this Sigma Institute is there. Where they have classes, and those people are not having classes. This is right. Okay, Kumari, thank you very
Okay,
much.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So now stop presenting, please. Patanga.
Yeah. This is a project proposal to obtain a bank loan facility of rupees 36.7 million for Cocoa Fiber Eco Solutions Private Limited. The purpose of this project is to set up a plant to manufacture cocoa peat and fiber processing. The company expected to manufacture two products, cocoa fiber and cocoa peat. Basically, from cocoa peat, cocoa peat blocks are produced, and final products of cocoa fiber basically to cater to the market, coir robes, coir doormats, annual bedding like purposes. The company expected to implement this project in 2 stages. First 3 years, the company expected to sell their products to the local market as an indirect exporter. From 4th year onwards, the company expect to enter into directly international market once they are established in the local market. In terms of market, the market for cocoa fiber is also as on the increasing trend due to the increase in consumption of these cocoa peat and cocoa fiber for natural fiber, since they are environmental friendly and biodegradable, and this replaces synthetic geotextile which were used traditionally. And they have already entered into an agreement with a local buyer, local exporter for the first year in order to minimize the risk exposed by the company. And when I talk about position of Sri Lanka in terms of their products, Sri Lanka is considered as one of 2 top cocoa and cocoa fiber exporting countries, while other countries, Philippines and Thailand and Vietnam, remain as other large exporters. India is the highest export of overall coir products, whereas Sri Lanka is the biggest export for coir fiber. There is a growing market globally in cocoa peat due to increase in cocoa peat as growing substrate for cultivations like fruits, vegetables, foliage, and in controlled environment using polytunnel and net houses. Rising demand for the controlled agriculture of vegetable, fruits, and horticulture expected to boost the cocoa peat market whole well in the future. And the actual exporting quantity from Sri Lanka is very small compared to the actual market. So there won't be any issue in the market, local market as well as in the international market in terms of their products. So the process, basically raw materials are purchased and stored, and washing, drying, drilling, compaction, sieving, screening, and packing. That's how they are going to operate. And from coconut husks, different products are produced, different sizes, different block sizes, coins, and coconut and cocoa peat grow bags are produced. You can see in the screen. Main promoter is Mr. Asitha Gunasekara. He has over 30 years experience in the industry. The borrowing company would be Cocoa Fiber Eco Solutions, as I mentioned earlier. Asitha Gunasekara is a director of 2 other companies as well. One is a dedicated coconut company and other is a garment factory. So he has enough experience in the coconut industry. This will mitigate the risk exposed by the bank. And this project is to be located in Vellava Kurunegala in a coconut triangle. As you are aware, coconut husks are abundantly available. So there won't be any issue in the raw materials. And husks produce 78% of coconut seeds and the 22% of coconut fiber from the coconut husks. In terms of project costs, total project cost is rupees 8.77 million, and debt equity ratio is 46 to 54%. The company expected to use locally manufactured machinery for their production and expected to recruit 15 employees, including a manager and a supervisor. And when I talk about the Inspire structure, basically need water and electricity. Water and electricity are already available. So in environmental impact, one impact is emission of dust and effluent water, but effluent water will be pumped into coconut trees as an irrigation. So I want to mention that this promoter has already purchased 22 acres land in Kurunegala. So dust won't be any problem because the space is there, and Inspire structure also there, and it is expected to implement project in 11 months. In terms of key ratios, basic ratios, gross profit ratio is around 52% for next 2 years. Project period also 10 years, and bank borrowings is 36.7 million, and expected to settle within the period of 6 years and expecting a grace period from the bank. Simple payback period is 5 years and 6 months, and discounted payback period is 6 years and 10 years, and MPV is rupees 28.3 million, and IRR is 21%. And in terms of investors or promoters point of view, this is a feasible project. I believe that bank would consider this favorably. Thank you.
Okay, Dhammika, thank you very much. Anyone has any questions? Now this NPV, Dhammika, what is the discount rate used to calculate the NPV?
I use weighted average cost of funds at 10 point.
10.
10 point. And interest, I consider 12%.
Interest rate is 12%. Okay.
And for borrowings.
On the bank borrowings, you consider 12%. Isn't it too high these days?
It is, though it is too high.
For safety.
Yeah.
But when you calculate at 12% and you go to the bank will give you at 12% because you're asking at 12%.
Yeah, but we have considered worst case scenario on us. Then definitely project might be profitable if it is less than that.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Now this actual project or?
Projections are done by me, sir. Others are from a project proposal.
Right. Now this the person Asita Gunasekara is an actual person or?
Actual person. Actual
right.
person.
Then it must be one of my friends, Asita Gunasekara from Boyagani, is it?
Yes, you are correct, sir.
He was my classmate, and he went to HNB also recently for a project, and I was trying to help, but the HNB was not considering. Now your bank is considering this.
He's one of our oldest customers, sir.
Yeah. I think his father also started the business, and he's continuing that business. And this is a new business. I think this cocoa fiber, when I was working for Lanka Ventures, also I remember we were funding projects for cocoa peat and all these things, and that looks to be a good market. So have you approved the loan already, or you are still considering?
No, they have just approached.
Right.
We have not evaluated, sir.
Okay. So what is your input to this project proposal? Now this must be Asita Gunasekara's proposal. What did you add to it?
Yeah, this is a project itself. It's a feasible project, sir.
Okay. Right. Okay, Dhammika. Anyone else? Any other questions? And that's good that 3-year local market might, because exporting is through someone else first, is it? Initially.
Yeah. To mitigate the risk exposed by the company. First, they wanted to establish in the local market and then move into the export market after getting the experience about the local market and the processes as well as.
I didn't see you presenting. I was in the full screen and your video is off, no?
Can you see me, sir?
Okay. Thank you, Dhammika. Because I would like to see my students and as much as possible. Right. Anyone else wants to do the presentation, or we are too late now? No, 9. And,
shall I?
Okay.
Shall I do so in Diwali?
In Diwali, yes. Okay. We'll do it in Diwali. Okay. Yes. Luckily, you are getting the chance to.
Project is RS Marketing. It's a SMA project. Entrepreneur Mr. Silva's company, RS Marketing, is fabricating factory in Horana, which produces bed sheets, pillowcases, and import towels. At present, they cater their linen collection to the customer portfolio, such as hotels, restaurants, hospitals, and residential apartments. The existing fabricating plant operates in a small scale, and there is a further requirement of capital to acquire the machineries and to set up a factory to commence the operations of fabricating towels locally.
Indivadi, is your camera on?
And also there's a problem in my camera.
Oh, we can't see you. Normally, when you make a presentation, it's good for us to see you. Right, okay.
The planned expansion requires a capital of rupees 125 million. This includes a new 2-story production floor as well as 6 new machines for fabricating towels and 4 other machines to increase the capacity of existing production of bedsheet and pillowcases. A term loan of rupees 50 million is required for that. And POD facility of 5 million is required for working capital requirement. Project evaluation indicators based on the estimated cash inflows and outflows. NPV of the project for a 7-year period was computed as rupees 584 million. Positive NPV indicates that the project is financially viable, and this project encounters with a much higher IRR of 71%. And it nearly takes 2 years to recover the initial investment made for the project. As for the project evaluation, it indicates a positive trend in increase of revenue as well as market expansion. Considering the present NPV and higher IRR, the new business can be proposed as a financially feasible venture.
Okay, finish. Very fast. Your proposal is 30 pages and you did the presentation in 3 minutes. That is very efficient. Okay. Now, can you brief us a little bit about this? They are now into towels and going for. They are going to manufacture towels. Now they are manufacturing bedsheets and pillowcases. No?
Towels locally.
Yeah. So what is the IRR you said? I could not follow you.
71%.
31 NPV.
NPV is 584 million.
Right. What is the total investment?
125.
So 125 million investment. You have NPV of 584 million. How many years cash flow you took?
7 years.
7 years. And this, can you make so much of money from towels? What is the specialty of towels? What is the value the towels having now? You have towels in most of the places. So why do you think your towel will get the market over the others?
No, those are very quality and is.
Yes, do you have a brand for that? Any brand name?
I have given in my reports. I have given the marketing strategies.
Okay. So can you explain marketing strategy? Because I went through all the other reports other than your report because it was the last one. Right?
Advertising, promotions, and public relations, internet website, and customer relations. Sales and marketing strategies are there.
Right. And I see some banks, 3 banks mentioned here: restructuring of percent financing structure, Bank of Ceylon, Commercial Bank, Sampat Bank. This is actual project, is it?
Actual and hypothetical figures.
Hypothetical figures, okay. We should have not put the bank names, no? And the person name is RS Marketing is hypothetical, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Okay, thank you very much for being ready and making your presentation.